past the 10:30, you want to do some levels or anything? Make sure the sound is. Hello. Last one we had a little bit, so it's not too.
Okay. Yep. So you were.
Okay, so. Yeah, they'll be standing, yeah.
Yeah, that's more.
Okay, perfect. That looks good.
Sounds good.
We ready to go? What's the time?
It's 10:29.
Alright.
With his pants and his chain.
Just hung out.
Yeah, Jim out to get a ride tonight, so
That's cool. Alright, we're gonna start. We're gonna start 10:30. So don't worry, there'll be people. There'll be people over for you. I mean, I told you. So it's kind of like do that. We like people are totally late.
I see gold. He's staring at you.
you don't see both of them.
No.
You saw black and blue.
Yeah. No, I see gold and blue.
I don't see any blue or black.
Well, you don't count.
Alright, we're gonna start. Let's do it.
Woo!
Alright. Let's start the show. How are we, guys?
Good.
Good. Come on in the bar here. Come on back here. The show's gonna start. We're ready to start. I'm Jimmy Pitt. I'm your host for No Hat Comedy Show. Got a really fun lineup tonight for you guys. Glad you guys can make it. Most everybody's late. Usually I gotta sit and fucking perform for nobody. Comics come up, they get to fucking perform for everybody. The first guy's gotta go up in front of fucking shit. It's always fun, right? The Oscars happened. Anybody watch the Oscars? Who'd you want to win? I lost $10 in a pool. Anybody win? Who'd you want to win? Did you think Birdman was going to win?
I want Keith.
Who?
Michael Keith.
He didn't win best, but you want? What about the movie though? Best movie?
Oh, I didn't
Birdman won.
Birdman won. I had Boyhood on mine. I thought that 12-year process was going to pay off, and it fucking didn't. What's up, guys? Come on in. Grab a seat. How are we? It's fucking cold out there. Anybody get their car stuck? Nobody? Got a friend who got his car stuck twice, and twice in the same driveway, trying to pull out. One of these long driveways, trying to pull it out. I don't drive, so that's a benefit. Not driving, having not to dig my car out. I got bits, don't worry. Alright. Let's see what I got for you. Because, I mean, the basis of the show is for people to work out their shit, polish up old stuff, work on new stuff. I've been doing some new stuff, so look at my list of stuff I got. I was on leaving my pot dealer's house last week. It was really weird. Something happened. Like, I was leaving, and this guy jumped out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, do you want some ham salad?" And first off, I was like a little creeped out because first off, you know, when you're going to the drug dealer's house, the objective here is to get to the drug dealer's house as fast as you can and leave the drug dealer's house as fast as you can. Just because you don't know he's being surveillance, you know people are watching, you don't know, you just want to get the fuck out of here. And this guy was like, "You want some ham salad?" And I was like, "No." It's really good. I got it right up the street. I was like, "No, I don't like ham salad. I'm good." First off, what the fuck is ham salad? Is this mayonnaise with chunks of ham, like tuna fish and chicken salad? And he was like, he looked like your typical weirdo, white guy, clean cut. Like, you know, he jerked off into ham salad. Like, that's his thing. He likes to go home and jerk off and think about somebody eating the ham salad. Just weird shit. Then I was at the post office, and this shit happened like within like 2-3 weeks time. I was in the post office, and I had to get stamps. And all I had was my debit card, and the guy in front of me is in line, and I hear the clerk tell him that we can't take debit cards, we're only taking cash, our credit card machine's down. I was like, okay. So I piped in, was like, "Hey, how much are stamps? I gotta go get cash, I'll come back." Tells me like $18.95, or like $9.95 for a book of stamps, like 20 stamps, something like that. I was like, okay, I'll be back. People in line, people behind me, I leave. I'm walking away, and I got my girlfriend, we're walking our dog to the vet, come around the corner, all of a sudden this guy rolls around in his car, and he pulls up, and I'm thinking he's got Illinois plates, I'm thinking maybe he's gonna ask for directions. He pulls up his passenger side window, he's like, "Here, you forgot these at the post office." And it's a book of stamps. And I'm like, okay. He goes, "Merry," and it's right around Christmas, like, "Merry Christmas." I was like, okay. I felt violated as a man. Like, what kind of man goes and buys other man's stamps? Like, my girlfriend was with me. I had no regard for her. I had to sit down for 2 hours and process this shit and be like, why the fuck would somebody give somebody stamps? Isn't that fucked up? Somebody does something nice for you, you gotta think about it. What's the objective here? If somebody do something shitty to you, you're like, "Yeah, that's the world today." I don't know, it's just weird. All I know is I saved $10 on the stamps, and then have to swallow some guy's load in ham salad. Come on in. Ham salad, stamp guy. It's not new, you gotta throw it out there, you know? Dylan Does Sinatra came out. Did anybody see this? I'm all over it. I was all over this last month. Like, is that just fucking genius or what? Dylan Does Sinatra? You guys seen this on Facebook and shit? This is hilarious. I want to hear this. I hope they're like good songs, you know? Like, I hope it's like, you know, Dylan doing like Summer Wind. Could you imagine Dylan doing Summer Wind? Like, "Summer wind came blowing in from across the sea." What I'd really like to see, though, I wish Dylan would do this. How about Dylan does Morseed? May know who the Smiths are when you love to see Dylan do Morrissey. A little why, oh why, oh why, oh why. Send me silly notes. Heaven knows I'm miserable now. Who else would you like to see Dylan do? Throw one out there. No fucking Kanye either. The show somebody threw that shit out. I was like, what the fuck? Nobody? Celine Dion, come on. Are you fucking serious? She had a hit, like she had been on...
Titanic.
Yeah, like 10, 15 years ago that movie is. Has she even been on the radio lately, except for soft rock stations? Celine Dion. Jesus. Thanks for the help, lady. Everybody know what the BPO is? That's the Buffalo Philharmonic. My girlfriend works there, so we get free tickets. I like to go there and watch old people nap. And like, I don't know the proper etiquette that goes on at the orchestra. Like, I go to a lot of rock concerts, so I don't know, like, I have questions. Like, I want to know, like, I come that out in the crowd like the drummers do at rock concerts. How come he's not like, yeah. And what's the difference between an orchestra and a cover band? Like, ain't they both playing some rehashed old shit? These are the questions I have. Recently, I was there for a Mozart festival, and they had this chick playing this violin that was made in the year 1735, and that was the big hoopla that night. Oh my God, the violin was made in the year 1735. And it was all right. After the show, she sits at the table, tries to hawk her CDs to you. And I usually try to get my ticket stub signed, and I had to say something. Like, I could not say something to her, and I was like, look, I don't know why you're playing an old piece of shit violin. You're totally suited for Asian porn, and I would jerk off to you. She said it was the last time I was at the BPO before they banned me. It's Lent, right? Anybody? No, there's a grounder to third. There's a grounder to shortstop. It's Lent. Anybody religious? Anybody give up anything? I'm not religious. I don't really fucking believe in anything. Like, my big question is, you see these movies, like the greatest story ever told at the end when they bring in Jesus down, like, whatever happened to the other two guys that were hanging there next to him? Like, you never hear what became of them. I mean, those guys were sitting there on the cross, and they put Jesus in the middle, and those guys were just kind of just sitting there, and they're looking, thinking when the hanger-ons to Jesus, like Jesus had to let them were with him. These are questions I'm just asking about, you know. It's okay to question religion, right? You don't like that shit, huh? We question it, right? It's always because I said so. I don't know. Tell you what I miss. I miss VHS tapes. I know DVDs, new technology and shit, but how many copies of the same goddamn movie do you need? We got deleted scenes, director's cut, 5.1 Dolby, digital remastered, special edition, ooh. All I want to see is the movie I can afford to see in the theaters. That's it. And whoever invented widescreen is a fucking moron. I didn't pay for a 27-inch TV watching a 13-inch with two black spots in the top and bottom. What do you gotta be now, hammerhead shark to watch TV now? What the fuck? Everybody's into this HD shit. Go fuck yourself in your HD. Like, how clear does the picture need to be for you? Do you need to see the pores in the skin? It's just TV. Relax. You know what HD was back in the day? It was a little tinfoil on my antenna just so the screen wasn't fuzzy, alright? We've taken a little too far here. What's on TV to watch anywhere I out? All these reality shows, anybody still watching this shit? Survivor. This show went on air yesterday. 30 fucking seasons this show has been on. Do you believe that? Make it interesting is all I'm saying. Looks like a bad camping trip. Make it interesting. Put 7 KKK members in the middle of Harlem, call that Survivor. And I'd watch, right? And me say, God damn, I gotta go and see that show. Or mix them up, cross them up. Cross up that cash cab with taxi cab confessions. Put that cash cab out in New York City, 3 o'clock in the morning, pick up some hookers, some drug addicts, see how bad they want their drug addict. That's entertaining, right? What this shit they try to pass off? I tried out for that show, Biggest Loser. I didn't know it was about fat people, I thought it was generally speaking. And that's cool if you're fat, you want to lose weight, but down to rename this show The Biggest Crybaby, because that's all they do on this show. They cry if they lose weight, they cry if they don't lose weight, they cry if somebody goes home. If tears were fat, these people would be anorexic by the end of the show. Just saying, Jesus. All right, that's my time for you guys. You guys ready for your next comic? You guys ready to start the show? All right. Your first comic's been on the scene for a little bit, year or so, right? About 2 years. Performs all over Buffalo and a little bit outside of Buffalo. Give it for Tim Victor.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming out. I'm glad you could make it. I'll tell you, on my way over here, I was stuck behind an old man driving a pickup truck, covered in bumper stickers. I'm going to tell you about one of them. It said, "Don't blame me, I voted for Romney." I get it. Listen, we've heard criticisms lobbed at the president from all angles, right? But who's blaming this guy, right? When was the last time you heard this? The economy. Typical. I'll tell you, I wanted to pull him over and give him a pat on the back, tell him not to be so hard on himself. Because think about that burden, thinking that the whole country is mad at you for what's wrong with the country. But I got to reading the rest of the bumper stickers in the back of his truck, and I mean, I kind of got the idea that maybe the last thing that anybody blamed this guy for was ruining his family's Thanksgiving. Maybe he gets blamed for creating a hostile work environment, because it turns out these days, legs for days is no longer a compliment. Alright, Ted. You guys drinking tonight? Yeah, more. Okay. More involved in your drinks, but I gotta lay off with the drinking, guys. I got in too much trouble last weekend. I went out with the guys to the bar. Left my girl. Went to the center. Dick pic. She got real mad at me, you guys. Not mostly because I'm not sure whose dick it was, but it definitely wasn't because of it's in my hand. She wasn't pleased. I remember growing up, I had this friend, I would always go over to his house to play. And one time, his sister took this football, and she calls over to my friend, "Hey, why don't you come kick this football that I got here?" So he charges up, he runs at it, kicks the football, but no, she pulls it away. My friend goes flying through the air, right? He died. Allergic to peanuts. That's right. Some of you guys look like you don't recognize me. That's all right. I'm kind of a big name around here, but if you don't recognize me, it's probably because I lost a lot of weight so far. Like in the last year, I lost about 30 pounds, and a lot of people have been asking me, how have I done it? What's my secret? Everyone's going, "Yo, T-Bone, how you drop those mad LBs?" Listen, please don't laugh at the way my mom talks. That's really bad. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys the same thing I tell everybody else. Getting into shape is really easy if you just make healthy choices, right? Like these days, go for a. Let me tell you about this other by the name of. They've got a variety known as green. Gets compared to crack in terms of strength. That's how strong crack is. That they use other drugs and they compare it to crack to get across how strong it is. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the potential of crack for weight loss. I've just started calling it white kale. Because here's the thing about white kale, also happens to be my street name. It's not surprised, it makes perfect sense. I'm a little bitter, and most people only pretend to like me. But speaking of eating kale, I wanted to use this opportunity to come out as a homeopath. That's right, I've been getting into homeopathy lately. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the fine Eastern art of homeopathy, but the way this works is if you take a drug, any kind of chemical, and you put it into water and dilute it over 100 billion times, that's less than a fraction of a percentage of the original, there's nothing left of the original molecule. The idea is, as long as you do it right, the magic of the water memory will remember the effects of the drug that you put in it. Guys, ever since I've gotten into this, my life has changed so drastically. Like mostly now, whenever I drink water, all I can taste is dinosaur piss. Because of the... Why does water have to have such a long... I could set off like a goldfish memory, just the last 5 minutes, but... Boy... Here's the thing about dinosaur piss, though. I've got an aunt on the other side of the crazy spectrum. No, she's not the kale-eating homeopath. She's crazy on the conservative side of the spectrum. She doesn't believe in dinosaurs. She thinks dinosaurs were planted here by God to trick us into turning towards the devil. But how does she explain dinosaur nuggets, right? Where do they get the meat? I've tried those things, and they're not chicken. Which brings me to my next point, guys. There's so much artificial crap in our food these days, right? You hear about it in the news all the time, and I didn't know what to do, so I decided I'm just not ever going to eat anything that my grandmother wouldn't recognize. It's a good tip. It worked out really well for me at first. And then I didn't account for the Alzheimer's, you guys. Now I can't even eat my own face. I do want to take a quick break. We've been having a lot of fun tonight. We had a lot of laughs, but I got something real serious to talk about, you guys. Please, spay and neuter your babies. There's far too many people on this planet. I don't know if you've ever noticed what the parking situation is like downtown when Disney on Ice comes through, but we're going to need a few less people, so I think we can start with just getting rid of suicide hotlines, right? Can we admit that we're all competing for resources here? Alright, when you were playing musical chairs as a kid, did you help someone else find your seats? No, you need those resources, guys. Another way we can help solve overpopulation. I think it's greedy to have your own kids. I'm not going to have a kid of my own. I'm just going to adopt a rescue from China. They've got... And here's the thing about China, guys, that makes it really imperative. It's not a no-kill shelter. Not sure if you've known that, but it's not good over there. That's alright. I used to date this girl who was going to grad school for psychology. She wanted to be a psychoanalyst. It's a real lofty job. But when I was with her, she was more of a psycho-over-analyst. You know the type. Started out with real little things. Like we'd go out to eat, and she'd say to me, "Why'd you just look at the waitress like that? I'm ordering my eggs. I need to make eye contact. Do you want me to stare at my feet when I talk to people like a psychopath?" I had to take a lot of special classes to get over that. I'm not taking a step backwards. But just overanalyzing every little thing I do. Here's where it all went overboard, guys. Have you ever liked the wrong picture on Facebook? Ooh, I didn't even get a chance to defend myself. I come home, all my shit's packed up in cardboard boxes on the front lawn, changed the locks. We didn't even live together. I guess I should have seen it coming, though. We weren't right for each other. You know when you break up with someone and it's not a surprise. Like, oh yeah, well, I think you're a real trooper for toughing it out this long, but I can't say that didn't see this one coming. Like it shouldn't have made me so insecure, but the one thing that really got to me when I was dating this girl is, well, I'll ask you guys, have you ever dated someone who's a little more experienced than you are? Shouldn't matter, right? It's 2015. We can be open about this sort of stuff, but I just couldn't get over the fact that, you know, her number made my number look like the margin of error for her number. All right, some of you are with me. Some of you guys, listen, that is a statistics joke. So if you're not great with statistics, then I understand. Chances are, well, you don't know what the chances are of anything. I'm going to blow right past that one. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to get to, guys, I am single, ladies. And before you laugh, I think you should know something about me. To all the ladies in here, I want you to know that I happen to be a god in the bedroom. That's right, a sex god. Now, I say that because sex with me does require faith in something that can't always be seen or felt. But, hey, if you ever wanted to experience the burning bush firsthand, or maybe just wait endlessly for the second coming, we'll talk after the show. What I'm trying to get at is dating is hard, right? I don't know if you guys can come with me on that. Is that a relatable concept? But I was trying to pick this one girl up at the bar. Is there a worse place to try to meet someone than a bar? I was doing my best impression as someone that she might want to go home with. You know the game, right? But then she drops this bomb on me. Oh, I don't know what kind of girl you think I am, but I'm out here tonight looking for my Romeo. All right, listen, it's 2:30 a.m. We've both got a couple drinks in us. At this point, I'm willing to do or say whatever it's going to take to convince this girl that, yeah, I'm looking to be your Romeo, sure. So I stab her cousin, right? But before you know it, she's yelling at me for that too. Oh, what demon art thou that doth torment me thus? What fresh hell is this? How do you win with these 14-year-old Scottish chicks? All right, that's my time, guys. You've been fantastic. I'm Tim Victor.
Tim Victor, everyone, let him hear it. Where are you guys going? You guys out? Oh, come on. There's some good comics coming out. We got two other comics. You guys are leaving. Try to do something nice in Buffalo and you people shit on it. Thanks. Hope your car gets stuck and you gotta come back. That could very well happen. Well, fuck them, you know? Hope they get AIDS and die. All right, you guys ready for your next comic on that note? No, I'll do something in between.
Who are you, Tyrone?
I'm kidding. Your next comic, I love him to death. He's been doing comedy a while in Buffalo. He runs the Dirty Show at Helium. He does spots all over town. Give it up for Louie Gee, everyone. Those people missed out.
Well, hey guys, how you doing? Hey YouTube. What you guys aren't realizing at home is that there's just a bunch of people that are my friends in the room. That's just all that's going on. Just comics and a clothes room. We're having fights over what color dresses are. Fucking just having a blast here on a Thursday night. I really don't know what to do. I had those 4 people to talk to. And now it's just you guys that have heard every joke I've ever told. Thousand times. The internet has it. I still got the tens and tens of listeners that are watching this show live. This is for you. Hi, Mom. How are you? I had one new joke that I could tell you guys that you haven't heard. Because you guys know how... You guys have You guys got Facebook? Are you my friends? Do you know I have a girlfriend now? Yeah? You all do? That's crazy. It's not gonna tell you. Before her... I don't know if you guys remember this. Some of you guys have been friends with me that long. But before her, the last relationship I had, I actually was dating my best friend, which was weird. Because for 15 years, we were best friends. And then just one And the next thing, there was a lot to answer, you know, because, you know, after 15 years of friendship, we were just, all of a sudden we're sleeping together, and it was like, up until that point, neither of us, I fucked up because I said her, didn't I? It was going to be a joke about how I was gay, and then, because I had slept with my best friend, he was a guy, but then I said her 3 times when I did that lead-in. I'm glad that I'm doing this in front of you guys, because then you guys, this is like constructive criticism. You're like, hey, you should have said her. It would have been a good joke, because then I was going to be like, oh, I wasn't in love, and I was 20 years old, and I'd suck a cock for my Cinderella story. It was a good tag. I wrote it today in the shower. How you doing, YouTube? We sticking with me? We still got listeners out there? We got 7 people. Fuck, guys, what do I do here? What haven't you heard? What color do you guys think their dress is? Let's talk about their dress a little bit more often. Yeah, let's do that. Seriously, I mean, not that anyone that's not, like, anyone that's on the internet right now. But, alright, seriously, at home, what are you seeing that? It's fucking white and gold. I just don't understand. Shut up, Jesse! The fuck? I like you so much.
You're on the wrong team, man.
No, you're geniuses see white and gold. Me and Josh saw white and gold. I got Josh on my side, who can't see shit. And he's on my side. That's the only one. No, Clayton was on my side too. So it's blacks and blinds that are together. We're all together as one.
I see black.
Yeah, see?
This is the mention that I was really high right now, right, guys? Am I right? Have you guys ever heard that I smoke weed? I mean, really, what do I do here? Josh, what are you gonna do for 30? Are you gonna do drugs? Are you gonna do? I was gonna have you do 30. I should be doing this for YouTube. I feel like my mother is watching at home, and I should be doing jokes. Let's see if I got anything new. You guys probably have heard all these things, but I wrote some things, you know.
Your mom watches,
This
tell
is
that
good.
one joke.
What's that?
Tell that joke, no relationship, whatever. Finding her husband on whatever, I don't know about.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The worst. I haven't told the match.com joke in a while. Yeah, some of the new guys probably haven't even heard that joke. My mom, I got my mom a laptop for her birthday, and right away, she was all fucked up. She's not technological at all. She was just like, come help me do this. So I go over there to help her set it up. I turn the fucking laptop on, and right away, she was like, Match.com. I'm like, fuck, Ma, can we fucking relax for a second? Can we just work on Google or email before you're talking about fucking dudes, please? Like, can we get to that point? And she's like, well, I just want to go on the website and just look at the guys and just see if I have any issues. Like, fuck, let's pull up a chair. Like, that's not weird at all for fucking mother and son to do at all. Let's go check out these dudes. So we get to the website, and she's like looking at these guys. She's like, oh, they're all just so ugly. Like, Ma, you're 63 years old and 100 pounds overweight. Like, Brad Pitt's not bringing the dick anytime soon. You gotta pick one of these guys. So she's like, well, can I at least fill out a profile? If I'm going to do this, I want to at least have a guy with a personality that matches mine. I was like, I don't care. Ma, what do you want me to put down for weight? And she's like, I'll just put 140. It's like, Ma, it's in a fucking pen pal. Like, they're going to see these pictures. So everybody knows the camera adds 10 pounds. Like, Ma, how many fucking cameras are you trying to convince took this picture? That's the best part of the story, though, is here it comes, is we fill out my mom's profile, and my mom's second best match on Match.com was my father, who she divorced 15 years ago, and has been remarried for 12 years. Calling my dad, Dad, what the fuck are you doing on Match.com? He's like, it must have been some kind of mistake. A mistake? You are the valued member of the month. You're in a full body leather suit. The caption on your picture says, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me." That is not a mistake. There you go, Jimmy. Fucking, was that worth the fucking payoff there for just screaming? No, he even laughed. He's like, "Tell that Match.com joke!" And then he just went to the bathroom. Got out of the fucking torture zone with comics. This is like 4 years ago, Good Bar fucking Wednesday night right now. This is it. Just us all talking to each other and me stating how high I am. I do smoke some weed. You know you're really high when you've waited at a stop sign for the light to change. That's when you know that you smoke too much weed. I got lucky last year because Easter was on 4/20, so I had some fun. Because I normally wake up on Easter morning like a little upset that I don't get to have like the Easter egg hunt like you used to when you're a kid. Like that was my favorite part of Easter. So what I did last year was I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have an Easter egg hunt, and I fucking hid eggs all over the house, and then just got really high and waited 20 minutes. And it was the best hunt ever. I did the same shit my mom used to do too. Like my mom used to leave coupons in the eggs because she was always broke. So she would like leave shit like 1 free day at Putt Putt or 1 free video game at a later date. So I did that same shit. Just put coupons in all the eggs. I would open up find an egg, be like, "Louie, take a nap whenever you want. Order Lenovo's twice today." So much fun. Get high and think of random shit. Like I wonder if some song meanings had different meanings than they really did. And what people think. Like I wonder if TLC's "I Don't Want No Scrub" was just about an Asian maid who didn't like her job. So good. That's good. That's really good. That's good. God, like that. Or what about that new song, "These Hoes Ain't Loyal"? It's just about a farmer with bad equipment, you know? So good, YouTube. You like that? That was good. Thought the other day about how just fucked up the McAllisters were as a family. Like, I get one time. One time's cool. You leave your kid the second time somewhere stranded, pretty sure you need to get CPS calling you, right? Like, that's the limit. You leave your kid stranded 2 times in a row. No wonder why the kid ended up fucking Michael Jackson 5 years later, you know? That's usually where I would go into the Dora joke that you guys heard 37 times in the last month. I'll tell that again. Just gonna do this. Josh, are you trying to give me the light? Just get. I know. I'm trying to do my time as best as I could. Let's see what the notes say. There was one more high thing that I wanted to talk about. Here I got rushing yards for Marshawn Lynch, over under 90.5 yards. That was what I bet on in Super Bowl. Seriously. Trying here. Let's see. You guys have heard all of this. Max Leroy is doing 6 minutes the last 30 show. That's also on here. Jesse Winterhelter did a whole 8 minutes. In the 5 spot. I did this. I don't know. I'm just gonna do this again, see, because then we'll talk later after the YouTube stuff isn't taped on us, and you can tell me if it's funny. This has just happened to me the other day. My my girlfriend asked me, "Babe, do you want me to read your horoscope, babe?" You know what I mean? Yeah. If you fucking stop talking that way, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just go ahead. And she fucking read this whole horoscope, and the first thing was, you want to break up the monotony in your life by making a big change. And she's like, who the fuck is she? Like, just right away, just assumed. Like, I didn't even have an answer for that. Like, she was just already just assuming bad shit by my horoscope. And it's like, recent troubles may make you want to change your current job. And right away, you're fucking that girl Becky from work, aren't you? It's just like, fucking Christ. This is a horoscope I don't even want to listen to. I don't believe in that shit. She's just making... It's so hard to say goodbye. I usually sing the humpy dance when I'm nervous. That's what happens. What color is my sweatshirt, guys? Is it gray and whites or purple and green? I don't think am I at like 27 minutes yet, Jimmy? Am I even close to 13? Good. I hope you later tell me that it's 7 minutes from now.
Full strong.
Oh, yeah. So we all know how I raped my girlfriend, right? We all know that. When I first met her, okay, because we're all friends, I raped her, whatever. I called her a cunt when I first met her, then I raped her like 2 months later. It happened, it's just my love stories, guys. You all know it. I fucked my secretary that had 5 children. I've had a lot of fucking problems in my fucking love life, alright? We're not going to talk about them all. We don't have that much time. I fucking just got the life. But I've had issues with my love life. My current girlfriend, yes, I called her a cunt the first day I met her. I ended up raping her a couple months later. It's all worked out. There's some KFC involved, whatever, but we got back together and things were good. Okay? Things are right. I feel like that's not laughter. Yeah, I know. But now I gotta close. Sex up front, like after we got back together, obviously because of the rape, it was a little crazy. Mom, if you're watching, it was rape, but I'll explain later. So it was a little weird, and so like for 2 months when we got back together, we didn't have sex. And one day I went over to her house, and she had candles lit all through the house, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is gonna be the night. Finally, we're gonna have sex again, and it's not gonna be rapey, and it was gonna be awesome." So she pulled me into her room, and she's like, "Louie, you've been awesome. You've done everything I've asked, and you've just made this a really great experience. I just need you to do one more thing." And she pulled my chin in with her finger and was like, "I need you to pay my electric bill." Because the candles. All right, my name's Louie Gee. Give it up for Jimmy Pitt.
Louie Gee, everyone. I have questions after Louie Gee set. You raped her the first day you met her?
No, 2 months later. I called her a cunt the first day I met her, and then I raped her a couple months later. It's not a big deal. We don't need a condom.
It's not a big deal. Really? Well, what is this?
Somebody's watching it at home, too. Like, seriously.
First, I want to know, what was this chick on that you called her a cunt and then let you rape her 2 months later?
Love. It's called love, Jimmy.
All right, some people, love is strange. Just say that. Love is strange. All right. This is more like a firing range at this point. Stand up here and do your time and take the fucking... Hey, I'll work this one out. I did it the other night, and it fucking ate shit, so I'll try it on you fucking slobs. It's a Google world, we just live in it. Notice that these days? Nobody can answer a fucking question without saying, just Google it! Just Google it! Nobody can fucking go in a gas station and ask for directions no more. Just Google Maps, just Google it. More guys were too proud to go in a fucking gas station and ask for questions. They ain't too proud to go to Google Maps. Remember when you go to an encyclopedia for information? This is what we've become now. Just Google it. Google it. Facebook, everybody's got to fucking tell their grievances and their problems and talk about their fucking kids. I'm sick of this shit, these posts about people's kids. Anybody got kids? Nobody's got kids. You wouldn't be here tonight if you had kids. You got kids, but you're a comic, so it doesn't count. The people and their fucking kids, man. It's like, you know, he said the same old post with, if your child has been the love of your life and has fulfilled every dream you've ever had, please share. No. I want to see some truth. How about this post? If your child has stomped a mud hole in every dream you ever had, made you marry some bitch because she was pregnant, please share. That's fucking real. Anybody in their fucking birthdays? Thank you for the 147 birthday wishes I got yesterday. Thank you very much. You never got 147 wishes in your whole goddamn life. You know what I do? If you're my friend and your name comes up in my corner and says it's your birthday, you will get a happy birthday, 3 exclamation points. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. Then I expect it back after when it's my birthday. See, that's the thing. See, I go back and I look to see if I wished you a happy birthday, to see if you wished me a happy birthday. I'm fucking weird like that, right? Like I even go on Twitter. Like if you follow me, somebody follows me, and then what the complimentary thing is to follow them, right? Sometimes, right? Sometimes now I don't, but when I first got in it, you don't know any better. You start following people that follow you, and then you go back and you look at who's following you, and those motherfuckers ain't following you no more. And you're like, oh, motherfucker, fuck you. Does anybody do that? Do you go back and look at all the followers and see if they're following you still? No, just me. I'm the fucking paranoid guy thinking I'm following somebody who's not following me. Alright, glad I could get that off my chest then. Fuck you. Fuck all of you, alright? Fucking. Thanks to Western New York Media for live streaming this, so everyone out there could see our pain. You ready, Josh? It's your turn.
Baby, let's do it.
You're hilarious tonight. God, I could go on and on all night. Opens regularly at Helium, features for Tom Segura. You featured for fucking, the list goes on and on. Where you coming up? You got any shows coming up?
Headlining in Rochester.
Headlining in Rochester.
Yeah, co-headlining, whatever.
Is on the morning show at Shred and Reagan on the Edge. Give it up for Josh Potter, everyone.
All right, keep it going for Jimmy. Thanks for coming out. It's the real who's who of Buffalo comedy here tonight. That's all it is. It's like a union meeting. It's ridiculous. How many people are on? Do we know how many people are on the YouTube stream? What's this guy's name, by the way?
Bob?
Bob. Give it up for Bob, everybody. No one acknowledged the poor guy. He's got like a fucking, looks like NASA over there with his setup. It's looking good. How many people have called me a faggot so far? A dozen? You're getting notifications right now? His phone's blowing up. Who's this faggot? That's all it says. It's just giant. Oh well. I'm excited to hang out. I'm just going to tell some stories. I don't know. Can they see the fucking shark, by the way, on the wall on YouTube? Probably not, right? Show them. I don't know. I mean, we're here. You might as well. Look at that thing. It doesn't even look close to real, does it? It's like glossy. What the fuck? Like, why do they have that? Is this a seafood place? No one knows? You guys don't have no idea? I don't understand what the point of the shark is, but hey, whatever. It's like, it looks like something that, you know, like your mom would hang up in your house just because she got it at a garage sale. I don't know. We can all play with it later, I guess. But Jimmy mentioned I am on the radio. It's fun. I thought maybe I'd tell you some radio stories, since you guys haven't heard them, and you've heard literally every ounce of my jokes. So what's the point of even trying to do that, right, Louie? I'm glad Louie told the joke about calling his now girlfriend a cunt, and then they fell in love. I can't wait. I hope they have children soon, so that when the children grow up, they ask, "Mommy, how did you meet Daddy?" And she can tell that lovely story. Yeah, your dad called me a cunt at a bar, and then he made sure I had enough to drink so he could fuck me while I was sleeping. And now you're here. You just Product of rape. I don't know. Would that be how you conceive the children too, Louie? I know you're talking about it, aren't you? You want to have children.
Yeah.
That's
we're
fucking
talking.
nuts, bro. This guy gets a stable gig. He's running a company now. Stopped wearing basketball shorts on stage. Louie mentioned how this is like Good Bar on Wednesdays when we used to do it then. But it's not, because Louie wasn't wearing flip-flops. This guy looked like, every time he walked on stage, it looked like he was coming out of a dorm room. It was bizarre. But man, yeah, I've been working in radio for like a decade now. It's fucking sad at this point. Because it's like, I used to be a child on there. I was like 16 years old when I started, and I didn't do any, oh, Gabby's here. Hi, Gabby. Come say hi to YouTube.
What?
You want to be on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, like when you have permission to, as opposed to like, this is Gabby. I used to live with her. You'll see her online soon. Look for her on Tinder. Swiping right, baby, all the time.
You swiped right for me.
Hell yeah. So did the rest of the Western New York population. Gabby having Tinder is not a good idea. I mean, you guys know her, right? Like, does she really need her whole life is Tinder. She could be at line at a 7-Eleven and swipe right just to the random people inside of there, you know? Get it in. But yeah, I started working in radio at 16, and it was like cool then. And then, like, 10 years down the road, it gets kind of sad after a while. But like when I was an intern, it was fun because it was in a time before the economy took a shit, and there was all these like old school DJs, like legends. Like the one dude, his name is Harv Moore. He's like a Buffalo icon. He was on like Oldies 104 for our generation. But before that, he was like the shit, And he actually like introduced the Beatles and shit in Washington D.C. Like he was like this legend in radio, and I got to like intern for him for a little while. And he was like so old to the point where he just didn't give a fuck anymore. Like he was on the air and I'm watching him. And he's like, I don't even want to be here. And but he was so fucking like, let me say, pile the radio. And I was like, I don't think you're allowed to do that, but yeah, I kind of want to hear you do that. And he was like, all right, here I go. And he'll like, he's coming out of a fucking song or whatever, I don't know, some terrible, it's not terrible, they were all good golden songs, let's face it. But he'd come out of like, I don't know, the Bee Gees or some shit, and he'd be like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 88 degrees outside today, great day, glorious day, great day to take that car out, wash it, and pile of shit. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. I thought it was the funniest shit I've ever heard. He like winked at me after he did it. But I did all sorts of stupid shit just to like get on the air at first. Like I would do anything. I thought Jackass was like the epitome of comedy back then when I was like a teenager. So I was willing to like do whatever it took. Like I got shot with like a fucking taser. I laid in a sleeping bag naked with another man to like gross him out, I wasn't grossed out. I was like all about it. I started, the way that I got, the whole point of it was like, can you outlast me in a sleeping bag? Naked. We were both naked. And we would have to turn every 10 minutes, like face each other, or like front to back. It was, and the way that I got the guy to leave was I just started beating off in the sleeping bag. And the guy got so weirded out that he was like, I don't care about Metallica that much. I'm out. Yeah, the things you do, man. It's fucking, like, you would think that we have, like, this major budget or whatever. Maybe you don't, I don't know. But, like, you think, like, when we're doing these contests that we've got it all planned out and stuff. But we would have, like, we had two guys. It was cold like it is now in Western New York. And we had two guys. I forget what the prize was. But they had to swim in their underwear at the harbor, like from one point to another, in the just bitter cold. Like there was ice in the water, and that's not safe to do. Let's face it. We didn't have any ambulances. We didn't have waivers. We just threw these guys in the water and had them swim. And I didn't take them like with a bunch of lifeguards or anything. It's just me out there like on a cell phone like, all right, they're swimming. You know what I mean? Like the guy got like one of the guys got halfway out and he was supposed to swim back. And he goes, I can't do it. And I'm sitting there on the radio. I go, you're going to have to. Because it's that or you die. There's no way I'm getting you out, you know? What the fuck, you know? And like, it got really scary. The guy he finally came back and he was like blue and shit. And I thought he was like hyperventilating. I like put him in the car and drove him back to the radio station real fast. And like, thank God that guy didn't like die or get hypothermia, because it would have been on me. You know what I mean? Like I would be fucking done. You know? I don't know what would have happened. Do you know? Any lawyers here? I have no fucking clue. But I live in North Tonawanda now. Yeah, YouTube. Google that shit. Not much there. It's going to be one page of stuff, and that's about it. But I moved in with my dad. I miss living with Gabby. Gabby was hilarious to live with. She was like Prozac, like, because I'm a pretty big shut-in. I'm kind of an introvert. And she would like get me to come out and talk and stuff. We'd go smoke on the balcony. And she would just say the most fucked up shit, but like willy-nilly, like just like, like she's talking about like the weather or something, you know? Like the one time we're just smoking, I'm like, I'm tired, you know, I'm just talking about how I feel. She goes, yeah, I had better days too. I've got cum dripping out of my ass right now. She said that to me, out loud. Just like it was another day.
It was my birthday.
It was my birthday. It was my birthday, she says. Okay. Just the way she lamented in it, though. She like leaned against the balcony. She's like, I've got cum dripping out of my ass. I was like, wow, okay. I guess I know what you were doing in there. This is like at 6 p.m., by the way. This isn't like... This is not at an odd time. She loved having sex with other people, not me. I was just there in another room, you know, like, listening, I guess. I don't know. We had it's funny because, like, we had, like, a halfway house for comics a lot of times. It was fucking weird. Like, we had all the people that came into Helium would come stay, and, a couple of them got weird. Like, I think it was Chet Wild. Yeah, I'm throwing you out on YouTube, Chet Wild. He stayed at our house, and, like, I told him, like, listen, Gabby likes to fuck dudes. You know, you're going to hear it, you know? And he's like, oh, it's crazy, you know? And then it happened, and Chet would, like, be so bad at it, like, trying to hide the fact that he was just listening, like, openly. He would fucking, like, wait until it was over to leave. like it would be done and Chuck would be like, all right, time for me to go. Like he finished simultaneously. You know? But we all know he finished much earlier. And like, I don't know, a couple of comics would stay. One comic, one of my buddies from New York, Anthony DeVito, I had moved out already from my apartment. And I didn't have a place for him to stay because he can't stay out in North Tonawanda. So I tell Gabby, I'm like, can Anthony stay on your couch? You know, I had just moved out. It would be kind of like same old deal, you know? And she was like, yeah, sure, that's totally cool. So I go on Thursday night and I set Anthony up and I give him like a disclaimer. And I tell him like, listen, some crazy shit might go down. Just fucking, you know, I'm warning you. I've got my cell phone number. You can call me anytime you want, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, all right. So he goes to bed at like 1 a.m. I go home. And then the next day, I hear from him. And he goes, last night was insane. What happened was, at 6 a.m., he got woken up by a man with a face tattoo. And he goes, you're on my couch. And Anthony's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing comedy, I'm sorry. And the guy was like, you need to get off my fucking couch. I just got out of prison. I've been dreaming about this couch. And Anthony's like, oh, I'm so sorry, dude. And he's like getting up, he's so like in a haze from sleeping. And then the guy's like, I'm just fucking with you. And Anthony's like, that's not really a joke. You know, it's all right, you know. And then before you know it, the guy's like just pulling out lines of blow, and he's like chopping up. He's like, I'm starting a catering business. This guy with a face tattoo is jamming about his catering business that he wants to start up. It's like, yeah, I just got out of prison, gonna start a catering biz. No big, you know. And Gabby's like making drinks and stuff, and she's like, I'm sorry about him. She's like a mother trying to like put a disclaimer out there. But Anthony told me, he's like, talking to this man with the face tattoo, you would think it would be thrilling. He's like, I've never yawned more in my life. I was bored by a man with a face tattoo. And the guy had a knife on his face. That was one of his tattoos. And they started talking about relationships and shit. Anthony's a cool dude. He's like an open guy. So he started talking. He was having some relationship issues. And the guy was like, I totally get what you mean, man. I totally get what you mean. You want to know what, though? Read my forehead. And the guy had like words on his forehead. They just said like, love is, I don't even know. What does his forehead say, Gabby? Do you remember? You don't remember. You're just like, I don't know anything about these people. I just bring them over at weird hours and do blow with them. What do I care what his face said?
He does have a knife on his face.
He does have a knife on his face. Anthony remembered that quite a bit. And then the next day, he got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, he was gone when I woke up.
Yeah, he was gone very early in the morning. He was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And he went to Delaware Park, where he got accosted by a black man who wanted to fuck him in the woods. So he loves Buffalo. This man just kept berating him. He was like, let's go in the woods. And Anthony's like, what's in the woods, man? And the guy's like, you'll see, you know. I think blowjobs were in the woods that day, but alas. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, shit, these are just like... what's the blinky mean? Does that mean we're going to run out of live stream soon? Oh, okay. I just want to, you know, if I'm going long, tell me. Because I will happily end it. But, shit. I don't know, man. What else can we talk about? You guys know me, I got a DUI a while ago in my youth. What I never talk about, though, when I got that DUI, is how I had drugs on me at the time. And the cops were very cool about it. These cops were so nice. I talk about how nice the cops are. Come to a real show, YouTube, and you'll see that. Another person calling me a faggot. But, yeah, so I got pulled over, and I was drunk enough where I thought, like, I'm never going to get in trouble. I'm fucking above the law. You know what I mean? So I'm blazing a bowl, just, like, driving down the 33 like a psychopath. Just clam baking my fucking car. And I get pulled over, and it is obvious that I've been smoking. I didn't even hide it. I just like put it down on the passenger seat. And the cops are like, whoa, like I unrolled the window, and it is fucking, they got annihilated with weed smoke. They were just like, whoa, you know what I mean? And so the cops, I got the DUI, they take me to the police station. They felt terrible for me because I was just crying the whole time. So they just felt awful. They were like, you don't want to be caught with this stuff, right? And they had like my weed in my pipe. And I was like, no, I would not. I would like that very much to not be caught with that. And the cop was, all right, man, here, take this. Now throw it into the highway. Do your best Jim Kelly impression and just toss it out there. And so I take it, and I'm just I'm crying. So I'm like, you know. And the cop's like, what a shitty throw. That was like Todd Collins, bro. And I was like, I'm still like, and he's like, I'm just fucking with you. And he like patted me on the back, and he's like, all right, now let's go inside and take those cuffs off you. You know what I mean? It was fucking nuts. But I don't know. I got caught with weed though, and that's like not the first time a cop let me go. I feel like cops don't give a fuck about weed. I say that now, and then I'm going to leave here and get fucking put in jail. Because I'm driving with J Mel. Yeah, I picked the black guy to transport me today with his hoopty. Me and J Mel, on paper, I would be black. Let's face it. Because J Mel and I commiserate all the time about our lives. Like, our shitty credit, our fucking bank account statements, our fucking cars. Man, I am not getting any of the benefits of my skin color. It's terrible. I can still go on Backpage, though, and fuck a hooker. That's a good thing. Black guys can't do that if you don't know. They can. It's weird.
They say, well, now fuck a black guy.
Yeah, they say on the bottom of their profile pages, will not fuck a black guy. How fucked up is that? Where's Al Sharpton on Backpage? Where's the fucking March for Backpage? Let's get some equal rights going on up in there. And that's discrimination at its highest form on Backpage.com. Oh, cool. Thank God. But I'll wrap it up, I guess. I thank you guys for coming out and hanging out. We had a fun night of Buffalo comedy in the city tonight. 4 shows going down. Bananas. Bananas! Pretty soon the city will get on board and we'll have crowds of them. That's the next step. But this show's fun. I always wanted to do it, so thank you, Jimmy, for having me. And thank you to Western New York Media and to Bob. And see you on the funny pages, I guess.
Josh Potter, I'm here. So wait, I have some Gabby questions here. For Gabby the whore here that loves the cock, obviously.
She's the lovable whore.
I'm lovable.
The lovable whore, yeah. So when you would bring these comics back to your house, would you they tell me about any of the comics you bring back there? They wanted to.
A couple times. Really? Yeah, you said a couple of them were like, oh, we really want to fucking roommate.
Do you want to come up and tell some of your horror stories?
I have some funny stories.
Come on up here and tell some of them for us.
Oh, well, I have a funny story.
Would you want to come up here and tell some of your horror stories? That's what I'm trying to ask you. Give us 10 minutes of horror stories from Gabby the whore.
Funny stories about ex-boyfriends. I have funny stories about guys I fucked in a foreign country. What? Butt stuff?
Butt stuff.
You tell my best butt joke though.
Okay.
Tell the vacation one.
The vacation one?
The recent one.
Okay. So I went on a trip to Central America for a winter break. And while I was down there, like 4 days in, I met this really one. He's gorgeous. He's from Switzerland. Speaks like 4 languages.
Gone.
Shut the fuck up. You shut your fucking hole, Powder. You weren't there. You don't even know.
Did you fuck the guy with the tattoos on his face?
I didn't fuck him.
Okay, he just had the
I don't think I've ever fucked a guy with tattoos on his face. The butt story, the guy had no tattoos. Guys without tattoos like butt stuff. In case you're wondering. Anyway, it's really cool. I'm in Guatemala. We're like, let's go skinny dipping. Just got in, whatever. We're in the water, like, frolicking around. And I look back at the beach and I'm like, what the fuck? Our stuff's probably wet. Like, let's go check it out, right? And we go to check it out and it's just gone. Like, the tide had completely washed it away. Like, my cell phone, my ID, my credit card, my debit card, basically everything I own. So I just look him in the face and I'm like, I need you to be a man right now and go find us some towels or something. I'm just gonna continue frolicking in the water while you do that. So I did, and people are walking by and I'm just like, ah. And then eventually he comes back and he just like throws a towel in my face. I'm like, where the fuck did you get that from? As he's putting on swim shorts, he's like, I stole them. I was like, thank God, because I wasn't gonna do it. Thank you. Much appreciated. I fucked him before. Many times. And then in the water, and then afterward. So I wrap myself this towel, we go back to the hostel, and I have to explain to people at the hostel why we're naked. Like, sorry, it's like 2 a.m., we're pounding on the door, like we don't have our hostel key. So sorry. They end up letting us in, and we have to explain to them what happened, which was really unfortunate. And then we ended up staying there, and it was all great. But it was a romantic time. And he ended up bringing me to the airport, which was wonderful. And we had like a tearful goodbye. I had a nice chocolate banana. And then, do you guys know what a chocolate banana is?
Is that a black dude?
No. It's not. It's a banana covered in chocolate. And they just do it right there. And they eat it. It's delicious. So anyway, he drive me up to the airport, tearful goodbye. Whole time on the plane, I'm just like bitching to my girlfriend, like I really miss Mom and Dad. He's so gorgeous. And then I got home, and the plane landed. We got there. I'm waiting and waiting. And then my boyfriend picked me up from the airport. And I was like, hey, baby. How you doing? And then we had a really beautiful breakup. Like the best breakup you could ever imagine. He basically picked me up. We had like casual small talk. Went back to my place. Had the best sex you could ever imagine. Ever. Like, do you guys know what good sex is? You probably don't. Just like looking at your faces. I'm like, you don't even know. There was the same guy that came in my butt that one time. The same guy. No tattoos. Notable. And then we had really great sex, and then we broke up. And it was amazing. And then I joined Tinder. And that's also been amazing. I swipe right for
How many guys
Clayton.
you fucked on Tinder?
2. In the past 3 weeks.
Then total, not today.
One of them crossed the border for
That's
me.
it.
Just saying.
You're not a whore.
Are you jealous?
No, I'm not jealous. You're not a whore. You fuck 2 guys on Tinder. That's not a whore.
She doesn't need Tinder, she's got Allen Street.
I asked for on Allen Street. I asked for horror stories, not fucking. Oh, I went to vacation. I fucked this guy, and then I came home, and my boyfriend. We had great sex. No. I asked for. I was at the bar. I was at the bar in Allen, and this guy had coke, and I took him and 4 of his buddies, and they all gangbanged me. That's what we wanted.
I have
Right?
a story just like that.
Really?
I don't think I can
How many guys you fucked at one time?
3.
3?
And a girl.
So DP? You got DP?
No, we were supposed to. It didn't happen.
Well, if there's 3 guys, I mean, what the dragon? All right. That's the show. Find Gabby on Tinder. Give it for Tim Victor, Louie Gee, and Josh Potter. I'm Jimmy Pitt. That's the show. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
We have so much fun when we're together, guys.
So much.
We could have just done this in one of our living rooms. Thank God we had it here.
Now close the door.
Here.
Okay, close the door. It's common gangbang time.
There were 2 girls at the beginning. There were 2 girls at the beginning of the show.
They got set up. You did.
I wasn't on
Did
stage.
you dicks? I wasn't on stage. It couldn't have been me.
What a strange show.
I just saw my mom say too.
Heard.
Yes.
Chris. That was.
Was it crowded?
Did you get too hot? You couldn't wear contacts.
No, I wear glasses all day long at work and stuff.
You just dress up in comedy shit like that for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, and I feel like there's sometimes a glare.
Good, yeah. You guys know.
You say no, and she just goes.